Hello and welcome to Marineford TCG. Right now, PRB is on the horizon. This comes out on Friday for any Americans or Europeans watching, and sadly 1 week later for any British people watching. We did get hit with a meaty delay in the UK. Pretty standard, we somehow got lucky on the starter decks. Europe got that delay for some reason. I have no idea what's going on with these delays, but I'm not gonna worry about it. It is what it is. My locals is pretty friendly. We mostly allow some proxies here and there, which is pretty cool. But anyway, for this set, it doesn't really matter if there's a delay because it's all reprints, except for the Sanji leader, of course. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go over PRB, just have a chat, look at the cards, look at some of the art, get some artwork appreciation going on. It'll be a pretty chill video, nothing too crazy, but let's get into it. Got the Manga Chopper, nice getting manga reprints. Reprint of Otama's pretty good. This is a staple in decks like Marco, you can play it in decks like Shanks. Then we do have the extended art. This is pretty nice, I will say. And then we've got the new full art Otama. I think my favourite one is still tied between the tournament promo and the one from the first anniversary box where she has the apple on her head. But these are both pretty nice. Then we got the Manga Nami. This is the new manga for the set. It's pretty cool if you're a manga collector. We knew we were going to get a Nami, and it's nice that it's a searcher, I guess. This Luffy, don't know why they're reprinting this. This is garbage. New art's pretty nice, though. This is the pack art, which is pretty cool. Rad Beam reprint, really nice. This isn't expensive, but it has a little bit of value, and getting more copies of Rad Beam is never bad. And you also get the textured version, which is fine. Izo reprint is another nice one. This was like a couple bucks at one point. I think it's pretty cheap now, but, you know, reprint of Izo is always nice. And this extended art is hilarious. These extended arts of the 01 cards with the big fucking beige box. What's going on, man? They just made her head bigger. This is comical, but you know, it's there. If this is one of the hits for my box, man, I'm giving up. But this art, on the other hand, is sick. This is awesome. This is one of my favorite arts in the game, honestly. I might have to play a green deck just to get an excuse to play this Izo art, because this is beautiful. The red fire with the gun, wonderful. Miles better than the other. It's not an alt art. It's like is it a promo or something? It's a promo Izo from tournament promo, I think. This is wonderful. Next up, we've got Momo. This is a nice reprint. Goes in all the Wano decks. Not doing too hot at the minute, but you know they could come back. And we got the Jolly Roger. There's not all these god-awful extended arts. You can make the top of his head touch with another one, which is kind of funny. And then we got this cute Peach Momo. It's like a funny meme because Momo is Peach in Japanese. Pretty cute. I really like this art. If I do, I might end up picking some of these up if they're quite cheap, or any of my Wano decks in the future. Next up, we've got Blocker Law. This is nice. This guy is like a couple dollars still. He's not seeing a lot of play outside of RG Law, but he could be good in the new RY Law leader. Sorry, GY Law leader coming out of OPO10. We'll just have to see. But this art's fine. I think the other one's slightly nicer, but this is okay. Useless Captain Mid. He's a really nice reprint to see. This shit was like $25, $30 at one point. It's dropped down to like $5 now. It will drop down even more once this actually comes out. This is a staple in all sorts of green decks. You play it in like Bonnie. You can still play it in Uta if you want. There's a lot of other green decks out at the moment, but this is one of the best cards ever printed. This fundamentally changes how the game is played once it comes onto the board. You have to beware of this card, and I don't think this card will ever be bad. It might not see play at some points, but, you know. This alt's fine. I think I prefer the other one, the original. The wanted poster is rancid. This is better than that. But if these are cheap, like $5-6, I might pick some of these up. Next up, I don't want to reprint this. This card's garbage. Yep, and he got an extended art for some reason. At least it's not got a big box, but this card stinks. 9-cost Mihawk. It's a nice reprint. Doesn't see a lot of play, but you know these 01 reprints are always nice to see. This art is kind of weird. It's where he's got the small sword where we fight Zoro at the start of the show. It's okay. I think I prefer the other one where he's sitting on the throne, but the color contrast between the red suit and the beautiful blue sky is pretty cute. So this one's not too bad. This blocker stinks. This was like a bad card in Dofi. You were always pretty disappointed to see it, but you had to because there were no good targets. We don't have good targets, so this card is never going to see play again, I would expect, unless we get another Boa leader that does something with Kuja Pirates. Another all these Boa ults look the fucking same. I hate Boa ults, with the exception of the 6-cost Boa that actually looks pretty cute. These Boa ults all look exactly the same. I have no idea which card it is by the ult. This Shanks doesn't see any play. Shanks has now got a leader, and it's not playing this card. This is the manga. This all looks pretty nice though. This art's sick. The haki flickering around him is very cool. Yamato, this card doesn't see play either. People tried this in Yamato Leader, didn't work out. The card's like decent, but it just gets removed or blocked, and it's not that good. This ult's pretty sick though, I will say. I do like this ult. I pulled this one. I also pulled the Shanks. I managed to sell this already for quite a bit. But this ult's pretty nice. 9-cost Nugate, always nice to see a reprint of him. This is a staple card across like a whole bunch of red decks. It's good in Marco. Obviously good in Nugate, even though Nugate's not that good anymore. You can play it in Shanks, but you typically don't. But people are playing it in Red Purple Luffy next set. So this will be nice for any Red Purple Luffy fans to get some of these cheap. This ult is awesome as well. I want to pick up this. I think the original ult with the chest is a bit weak. The SP's nice, but it's really expensive. If I can pick these up for about $10, which I do think these ults are going to be cheap. I don't think they're going to be the same prices as regular ults. I think they're going to be cheap once the set comes out. Could be wrong, but we'll see. But yeah, if I can pick these up for a reasonable price, I'd definitely look to get some of this. This art is beautiful. Manga Ace. Markino reprint. Always nice to have extra copies of Markino. It's a staple red card. There's the Jolly Roger. We got the extended art. This for the early gen Pokemon fans, this is Nightshade. The move animation for the move Nightshade. Just the big face. It's just funny. It looks kind of demonic, honestly, in the extended art more so than the regular. But here we are. If you want to bling out your Makinos, but you don't want to pay for the anniversary one, you can get these. It's kind of funny. Marco Blocker, good card. Not seeing a lot of play right now outside of Marco. But, you know, extra copies of him is fine. Jolly Roger. Got the extended art. This looks really clean, I will say. The extra bits of fire around the outside, I think, make this card look super nice. But it's also getting this. I don't like this. He looks way too goofy. I'm a big fan of this extended border, though. Next, we've got Judgment of Hell. This doesn't see a lot of play, especially with Gum Gum Giant coming out. Yeah, you get 3 versions of every event. This ult's sick, though. Magellan casting the move. Pretty cool. I might pick up one of these just for, like, a collection. Kuzan, brilliant reprint. Navy. These O2 Navy cards, way too expensive for what they are. Yeah, the Kuzan is like $8 at the minute. Just wait till it comes out. It'll be way cheaper. I will say the ult, I think, is a lot worse than the original. The original is one of my favourites. This is just kind of bland. It's way too blue. Sakazuki doesn't see a lot of play anymore outside of like a Smoker deck or a Gecko Moria deck occasionally. But, you know, it's fine. This ult just looks like he's constipated. Like me sitting on the toilet after a really spicy curry. On shit. Don't worry about it. But yeah, this I don't like this ult. The other one's really nice. Tsuru, always good. This did just come in the Smoker deck, so I don't think we really needed this. There's the Jolly Roger. This extended border looks really clean. We do already have 2 ults of Tsuru. There's the tournament one and the one from the Best Collection Volume 1. But, you know, this one's quite nice. If you didn't get either of those, this will likely be a lot cheaper. And the colours are really quite clean once you take the border away. This does actually look very nice. Porcelino's another one. I really like this altar. I really like the way his face looks. I don't know, he just looks kind of cheeky. He's going to shoot you with the fucking light or whatever it is. Yeah, this card's like $5, $6. Reducing it will be pretty nice. This ult's okay. I honestly think my favourite Borsalino, other than the the $500 tournament one, is this regular SR. I just really like this one. This ult's quite nice too, though. I think I do prefer this to the other ult. The other ult just, I don't know, it's a bit too much for me, the other ult. Ice Age reprint, again, this isn't Smoker. We didn't need this, but it's fine. Ice Age is a good card. 10 cost Kuzan, it's alright. He's not very expensive. He doesn't see a lot of play, occasionally as a tech in BY Luffy. But yeah, he's here. The ult is really sick, though. I really like this Kuzan ult. I might pick up a couple of these, just in case we get a deck that wants to. Ezo Searcher. We got an SP of this quite recently, but we're also getting this extended border, which is quite nice. I do think they've done a good job of these extended borders for the most part. This one looks very clean. The extra bit of blue down here in the bottom, I think really makes it look quite good. And we're also getting this one. I'm not a big fan of this one. Ezo's like falling over. It's kind of weird. I prefer this personally, especially with the big gunshot in the top right. Looks very good, very bright, really cool. Again, Ezo not seeing a ton of play right now. It's sometimes in Marco, but that's about it. But I imagine we'll get more Whitebeard leaders in the future, and this is a nice one to have. There's Ezo again. Oh, I've lost her. Sugar. I'm gonna guess we're on page 4. We were genius. Gum Gum Giant Gavel is a Nami staple. Doesn't see any play outside of that. We do also get all of this in the premium collection, the best volume 2. Quite nice. Pilaf is a quality card. This is seeing play in Marco, obviously a staple in Nami. This is also seeing play in Buggy. This is a really good blue card. Doflamingo just doesn't want to use this, and we haven't had that many good blue leaders for a while. But I think with Buggy, this has some potential. The last blue leader before Doflamingo and Boa was, what, like, Sakazuki? And people tried this in Sakazuki, but it wasn't common. This alt art is really nice, though. Got Gin here eating the rice from the Barati A arc of East Blue. And we've got Sanji in the background as well, which is pretty cool. Big fan of this one. I love these alt art events, but let's move on. 3000 Worlds. This doesn't see a lot of play. It's like a really optional tech card in Nami if you hate Gion. But this ult is sick. This is when Zoro fights Mihawk right at the start of the show. Also in the Barati A arc. He gets detonated. Spoiler alert. But yeah, this card's cool. This art's nice. I don't think it's as nice as the rice, but we move. Well, this Khalifa. I don't really know why we've got this. This is not very interesting. It's an extended art. This is underwhelming. I don't know why we needed Khalifa to come back, but here we are. This is another card. We did not need Virgo to come back. This card is Dog Water. This saw play in Perona because it's Navy and Don Quixote, and they were playing searches for both. This card, you never play this card on the board. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Virgo. But here we are, and apparently he got an extended border. Wonderful. I really hope I don't pull this garbage. Brand new is great. Navy Searcher, always going to be good. Navy is a quality archetype in this game. Decks like Smoker, decks like Starter Deck Luffy, love this. Also, you also have played this in the past, obviously in Sakazuki, but also in Perona. Brand new is never going to be sorry, if I could speak properly. Brand new is never going to not be good, because he's a 2/3. This is a nice stat line. For $2 you can swing him for 5, which is pretty cute. And he trashes, which is very useful for Navy. He's got an extended border here. This is alright. It's not one of my favourite extended borders, but it's alright. We're also getting an alt of him. Yep, there it is. This one's very clean. I think the blue sky with like his red pants and the wall looks pretty good. I'm probably gonna grab myself some of these for my Navy decks. But yep, moving on. Air Door. People have tried this in Lucci. Not very good. Charlotte Cracker. This is in and out of decks like Katakuri. This is a funny trigger. It says win the game sometimes because it has double attack. This is not mandatory though. Nice to see a reprint either way. He has like a couple bucks of value. This will probably be down to under $1, which is cool. We do also get a new alt. I'm not a huge fan of this one. It's okay, but I'm not too crazy. I haven't got to this part of the anime. I'm currently in Marineford. Is ironic, I suppose, given the channel name. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know who this ape is. I'm assuming he hides inside this ape suit, and then the ape has been killed, and he comes out. I don't know. This art's kind of weak anyway. His hair's from goofy as shit. Smoothie. This card's dog water. Don't know why. We got a extended art and an alt of this. Like, are they really trying to make this card good? This card is terrible. Pero, however, is good. He is a staple in Big Mom decks. And if we do get Big Mom Pirates in OP11, as is theorized, this will probably be in there if it's yellow. 3/5, another stat line, on carry as a searcher, and its trigger body. Nothing not to love about this card, apart from the lack of counter, of course. But yeah, quality card. This art's okay. I don't think I really prefer it or prefer the other one. They're both fine. Shirahoshi, we've got another reprint of her. She was a tournament pack promo not too long ago. She was also in the Bandai Card Fest 2024 binder, I believe it's called. But the alt art of this, the extended border of this is very nice. The blue going all the way around is pretty cool. And you get to see slightly more of the fish in the background, which is pretty cute. Thunderbolt, don't think we really need a reprint of this. Nobody's really playing this. People have tried it in BY Luffy to very limited success. Yellow decks don't tend to play it anymore, with the Egghead Luffy, Egghead Nami, Raigo, and Onami all being basically the same card but better. You don't want to play this as an activate main. You only really want this as a trigger. But yep, moving on. We got another Thunderbolt and another Thunderbolt. And then we got 8-cost Katakuri. This is one of the best reprints in the set. This card used to be $80 in America and around £50 in the EU. This has dropped a lot. This is about $20, under £20 now. So this has dropped a lot already, and seeing this drop more is brilliant. I don't want any card to be expensive, at least the base art. I'm fine with alt arts being expensive. I think it's nice to have good pulls from sets. And the alt arts commanding quite a lot of value, I think, is really cool about this game. But I do want people to be able to play the game as affordably as possible. So Katakuri getting a reprint is wonderful. This is great. I don't think it's going to affect the price that much more, because these are 1 per box, these secrets, and there are 10 in the set, I think. No. There's 8 in the set. Yeah, there's 8 in the set, because they didn't reprint the Vivi or the Rosinante. But yeah, Katakuri is one of the best ones. Glad this got reprinted. This alt is quite nice. It's not that dissimilar from the alt we already have, but it's quite nice. He's got like the pocket dimension. I think it is. He's doing a move with his big mochi. Pretty cool. Dillinger. This is very, very niche tech in Bonnie. Don't think we're going to get much play of this. And also got an extended art for some reason. 10-cost Dofi's a nice reprint. This isn't very expensive, but it's worth a few bucks, and this is a staple in green. So getting more copies of this is always nice. I really like this alt. I'm a big fan of this alt. The blue sky, him doing the thing with the strings. Very cool. Big fan of this. Baby 5, this is the 2K. And we got an extended art of the 2K. That's nice. If you want to bling out your Bonnie deck a bit, you pick up these if you're playing the Baby 5 Searcher type engine. This is garbage, and we get 3 copies of it. Wonderful. 10-cost Kaido. This card's in and out of decks. It was in last format in Boa, kind of out at the moment. Doflamingo doesn't really want to do this, but it's okay. This alt I think is a bit weak. I'm not a fan of this purple lightning. It's a bit too much for me. Red Rock, nice reprint. This isn't expensive, but 4 copies of Red Rock. Never going to say no. It's a good card. We get 500 copies, and then we get this sick alt. I'm not sure what bit of the anime this is from, but this is brilliant. Is this Kaido? Maybe this is Kaido. I don't know. But this is great. I really like this art. I'm going to pick up a couple of these. You don't tend to want to play more than 2 anyway, but I've got to get some of these for my blue decks. This is awesome. Manga Sabo. Why couldn't they reprint the regular version of this Sabo, man? The only way you can pull this fucking card in the reprint set is the manga, and it's the OG, like the last remaining $20 SR from before EB. Bandai. Bartolomeo 2K is fine. It's in Rebecca. Might be in Usopp. I don't know. This card's a bit mid, but he does get an extended art and an alt art. I think I prefer the alt to the extended, but neither of these are crazy. This card's a bit boring. Barrier, nobody's playing this. But I guess maybe in Usopp you might play this, to be fair. So, you know. Next up we've got Beige. He's a staple 2K in yellow. Pretty cool. The extended art. I do like this art. But he's also getting this one. The mob boss sitting in the mob boss casting couch. Which is pretty cool. I do think I prefer the original alt slightly, showing off the castle fruit. But this one's pretty nice too, if you're more of a low-key, like, gangster type. This beige looks pretty clean. Sanji blocker, in and out of yellow decks all the time. Katakuri, even NL sometimes, but mostly Katakuri. This art's quite nice. I do quite like this art. He's also getting a new alt art with the wedding suit. This is pretty clean. He does have the other alt art. I think this is nicer. This is a pretty nice one. But, Sanji, not the craziest card. It's mostly just a trigger blocker. 9-cost Yamato reprint's nice. This went up to like $10 quite recently. I don't really know why. It might still be there. I actually don't know what the price of this is in the States. But this is a yellow staple. Staple in NL. Probably staple in the new Kid leader. You don't tend to play this in Katakuri, but for NL alone, this is nice. And this alt art is sick. I love the cherry blossoms with the big moon and the blue sky and the red dress. Kimono, whatever this is. I apologise, haven't made it to Wano yet. Not quite sure if this is a dress or not. But this art, I am sure, is very clean. Big fan of this. Probably going to grab a couple of these for my NL deck. We've got Koala 2K. Revo Army is not very good at the minute, but when they are, you'll play Koala. It's a good 2K. You got this weird alt art, which is slightly too sexual for my liking. But here we are. This is fine. It's not too crazy. And here's the most disappointing card in the set. They printed the wrong fucking Sabo. Where's the black Sabo, Bandai? We've got this dog shit red Sabo. Come on, man. This pissed me off when I saw this. Especially with this brilliant alt art. It's almost like before the ban announcement, I had a conspiracy theory, right? That they were banning black Sabo because they made this alt art, then they decided to ban black Sabo. Then they're like, shit, we need to use this Sabo art. We'll reprint the red one. Because there's no reason to reprint this. This is terrible. This is one of the worst SRs in the game. And black Sabo is one of the best SRs in the game. I'm not going to rant anymore, but yeah, this is frustrating. 1-cost Robin reprint. You know, she's a good card. She's in and out of red if you want to kill Rebecca. She did get an extended art, which is pretty clean. I'll probably pick up a couple of these if they're quite cheap to have as an option in my red decks in the future. Bello Betty Searcher is fine. Revo Army's not doing anything very much at the minute. We do get an extended border, which is quite good. We also get another alt. This card now has like 3 alts in total. Kind of weird, but I do like this one. The blue and the red. Again, I love the blue and the red combo. I think it's really good. Moving on from Bello Betty, we've got Baby 5. This is a staple searcher. If Grape Dofi comes back, this will go in that. At the moment, this is seeing a lot of play in Bonnie. There's the Jolly Roger. We get an extended border, which looks quite clean, and I believe we also get another alt. Yeah, so we've got another one with 3 alts now. It's good. I like this one. I think she looks quite good. The face, the blue sky with the green big gun, and Doflamingo standing there in the back. I think this is a really nice alt, very complete. We'll have to see what the texturing's like. But I think this is my favourite one of the Baby 5. This ulti is bad. Oh no, lost the point. Where were we? 12, 11, 10, 9. Wow, we've got a lot to go. 8. Yep, we're on ulti. This alt's fine, but ulti sucks. Hound Blaze, good if we ever get another blue-black navy leader especially. especially if Saka comes back. This is a quality card, and this ult is brilliant. I love this ult. This red dog blaze is wonderful. This is great, especially with the blue box at the bottom. Mangalore, double finger reprint is fine. We've got better purple 2Ks at this point now, though. She got an extended one, whatever. Kid Blocker is not very expensive. It's only like $1, but it's a good card. More copies of this, never sad. And he gets another ult. He's now got 2 ults and an SP and a manga. I think my favourite is the original ult. Controversial take. I do actually really like that one. I think it looks good. There's the manga. We get one-legged toy soldier, which is getting both an extended border and an ult that look nearly identical. This one's obviously nice. I think nicer because it's got Rebecca in the background. But yeah, this card doesn't see a lot of play. It's in and out of. It's in Rebecca. It's in and out of things like Perona, but outside of those, this isn't the most popular card. One cost Shirahoshi. This card sucks, and it got an extended border and an ult. Wonderful. Satori's a staple in Katakuri. Used to be a staple in an L. We now have Frankie. But yeah, Satori's still a good card. More of these, never bad. And he's getting both an extended and an ult. Do prefer the ult slightly. The orange and the blue and the green look pretty clean. L4 isn't seeing a lot of play. Came back for Calgara for about a month. And then Doflamingo came out and mogged Calgara hard. Amaru is a pretty staple card in decks like Enel and Katakuri. Not always there. Sometimes they choose to play Flame Split or nothing at all. But this is commonly in yellow decks, so a couple of these is nice. I think the ult's a bit mid, to be honest. Upper Yard, this was in Calgara, but Calgara is shit now, sadly. And there's the ult Upper Yard. I like these ult stages, especially this one with like Nami in the front. It's pretty cute. Kaido, 10 cost. This is a very rare tech now in Dofi still, but it is still sometimes there. It's not bad. It gives you better game into things like 8 cost Kid, into things like Enel. But yeah, this card's not too crazy. It's just fine. Then we got this new ult. I do quite like this one actually. I do quite like this one quite a lot more than the original 10 cost Kaido ult. I think this big twisty dragon doing a fire move, it's pretty cute. Got Nika. Nika's a quality card. This is going to see, it sees in and out play in all the purple Luffys. Red purple and black purple is pretty staple. Regular purple, it's more of a tech option and a pretty niche one. But this is a good card. Nice to see a reprint of him. And I think this one's pretty good. I do think the original alt secret Luffy with the big Gear 5 text is also quite nice, but you can pick your favourite. I think I slightly prefer this, but the regular secret's pretty good too, to be honest. There's the manga. We've got this Ivankov. I played this in Dragon when a bit in set 7, but that deck kind of sucks dick. Extended border Ivankov is fine. We've got the Arlong that freezes rested leaders. This doesn't see any play at the minute. And he's also getting an extended border and an ult for some reason. I do quite like this ult, but Arlong doesn't see play, so whatever. Odie Jones reprint's nice. This card's worth a couple bucks from set 6. So a reprint of him. He's staple in Bonnie, of course. And we also get a new ult. I don't think either this or the original are particularly crazy. You can just pick your favourite. I think I prefer the original slightly, but neither of these are great. The original artwork's honestly just quite good. Ryuma. This is the Perona card. This is the card you play Perona for. And this is the only card that is makes Perona a good deck. This card is wonderful. And he now has both an extended border, which I think this goes hard as fuck. I think this, without the translucent box and without the border, I think this is a mega upgrade. He's also getting an ult. But honestly, I think I prefer this one, the extended border. Although the ult is very clean too. It's got more of like a traditional Japanese style, which is pretty cute. Billionfold World Trichiliocosm sees no play. It also got an ult in Best Collection Volume 2. Amano Murakumo Sword is a good card, was a good card in Sakazuki. Maybe I'll try and make it work in Usopp, but, you know, it's not seeing a lot of play outside of that. Then we get into Vinsmoke territory. I'm going to blitz through all of these. We get Extended Border Baby Ichiji, Extended Border Baby Niji, new alt Extended Border Big Niji and alt Niji, Extended Border Baby Yonji, Extended Border Big Yonji, alt Yonji, Extended Border Baby Ray, and a new alt for Ray. So all of these Vinsmokes, we can go with this stage as well. I think this is my favourite of the new alts for the Vinsmokes. Reiju deck kind of fell off. It's not doing very much at the minute. It's a pretty rough time to Dofi, I find. But it's still okay. You like the deck, you can now bling it out with all these alt babies, and the stage, I think, is a particular winner for me. I do like the stage. Gecko Mori reprint's great. He's still like $4 or $5, so getting him down to 1 or 2 will be cool. And he also has a new alt that is 10,000 million times worse than the original. The original is one of the best alts in the game. This just looks stupid. He looks like, I don't know, he doesn't look good. And the bats are quite cool though. I do quite like the bats. And the fact that he's got the Doppelman coming up is pretty cool. But yeah, that's enough on Moria, and let's move on. Next up, we've got a reprint of Sindri. This is a staple in Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria has fallen off a little bit as a leader, but he's still decent. He's still a lot of fun. And you now have this nice borderless version of the Sindri. I do quite like this one. I think this looks pretty good. You get to see more of the plates compared to the regular one. And this extra detailing around the sides, I think this looks pretty good. If this is cheap, I'll probably pick this up, because they seem to be printing more support for Gecko Moria here and there. They'll print like a card or two, so I do think this is a decent one. Inuarashi doesn't see a lot of play. He's definitely the weakest of the 3 Wano triggers that we got in 06. That's Inuarashi, Nekomamushi, and Ikunojo. Inuarashi is definitely the one that doesn't see play very much. Ikunojo is fairly standard in most Katakuri lists. Occasionally you'll see it in NL. And Nekomamushi is like a tech option in Katakuri, if you want more triggers or you want to be able to deal with standing up characters. Inuarashi, not really very good, but he's got this nice borderless version, which is pretty cool. Hiyori is a really nice reprint. This card's not too expensive, but it's a couple dollars. This is a staple in BY. This is fine in an L. Doesn't see a lot of play in Katakuri, but it has done at points. This is just a very generically good yellow 2K. And this altar is stunning. I love this with the Sakura flowers and the traditional Japanese clothing from the Wano arc. I think this card is beautiful. I really want to see it in person. And I'm probably going to pick at least one of these up for my collection. Just because this is stunning. Here is Nekomamushi. We spoke about him already. He's got this nice borderless version as well. This one's not too crazy, but you know, this card's not too bad. You can pick this up if you really want to. We've got Wiper. It's a shame this didn't come out a little bit earlier, because this was pretty good in Calgara, but Calgara is not very good anymore, sadly. Once we got those starter decks, his very short time in the sun wore off. I hope we get more support for Calgara. Calgara has the makings of an insane deck. It just has no good cards. Like, your payoff is a 6/8 vanilla and a 5/6 heal, which is good, but, you know, Dofi's playing, like, 8 Don worth of cards for 3 Don and swinging 7. Yeah, the Calgara needs a buff. Manga Zoro is fine. And now we're into the promos and starter deck cards. I think these are somewhat of the most interesting reprints, because, not this Kobe, but some of these cards do have a bit of value. I don't really know why we're getting a Kobe reprint. Surely if this was anything, this should be Gordon. Because Gordon, it doesn't have a lot of value now, because RP Law got banned, but he's still miles better than Kobe. No one's playing that Kobe card. This is Bartolomeo. He got reprinted in the Uta starter deck, so I'm not really sure why he's in this as well. But he's here. This was $70 for a very short time after the original Uta deck got released, but this doesn't really see any play anymore. This Nami getting reprint is fine. It's a 2K. If we get a good blue straw hat leader, this could be kind of cute. As it as it works out, this effect is pretty bad. But if we get a blue straw hat and we need a searchable 2K, this is fine. The alt art, extended art, excuse me, is pretty nice though. I do like that with the oranges, pretty cute. Got a reprint of this Luffy. This card sucks. We're not going to dwell on it. Got a borderless version. Here's the Sanji leader. This card, it's a shame. I think if this came out before the starter decks, this could have had a decent chance to be pretty good. He still could be okay. I think more of like a rogue deck. But Doflamingo just dumpsters this guy. Doflamingo just absolutely dumpsters this guy. It's not even funny. I do feel bad for Sanji. I think in Japan they got the sets the other way around. They got PRB before the starter decks. So feels bad for the Sanji enjoyers, but here we are. The alt-art leader is sick though. This is one of the best big face style leaders in my opinion. Definitely need to get one of these for my leader collection. Get this chopper blocker from STO1. Oh, I've lost track. Here we are. Chopper blocker from STO1. Got a borderless version. This is nothing special, but this is quite nice. Chopper doing some medicine on the ship, which is pretty cute. 1/1 Chopper is staple in RG lore exactly, I think, but RG lore is not very good at the minute. It gets dumpstered by Lucci, so there's not many people playing it. But if you're an RG lore enjoyer, this is a really nice alt art for the Chopper. Although he does already have quite a few. He has the Christmas Chopper. I believe there's some kind of tournament one as well. So you've got a few to choose from. Next up we've got Guard Point. This is a nice reprint. It's not an expensive card, but it's a card that crops up here and there in lists. Nice to have another way to get copies of it. Beige Blocker. This is also not an expensive card, but this is starting to see play in Bonnie, in 8.5, and it's certainly in 09. A lot of decks are dropping the Rouge Blocker, because Doflamingo can bounce it for, well, just with the 4-cost lore, and Lucci can always remove it anyway. So in favour of the beige, obviously the beige is not very good into Lucci, but into Doflamingo, they can still bounce it, but then you're only using one Don, so you can do other things with your Don, like play searchers, or I don't know, you can play this supplementally alongside a 5-cost on your 6 or 7 Don turn. This can also be dropped off a Kid, which is pretty nice. We got the extended art hideous version, but we also have this pretty nice alt art version. There's also another alt art that just got released in the premium collection, The Best, Volume 2. So you've got 2 different ones you can choose from. This one's pretty nice. I think I prefer the other one, but that's by the by. Reprint of Mihawk's always nice. This is in starter decks, I believe, so it's not that impactful. But we do get a pretty cool borderless version of him. This looks way better in person than it does on the card. It's still not too crazy, but you know, it's an option if you don't like the tournament promo Mihawk we have. On cost blocker lore, this doesn't really see any play. There's also like a million prints of this. This extended border is nothing special. Boa, this card sucks. We're not going to dwell on it. Got an extended art. And another alt art Boa that looks exactly the same. Sitting on the chair with the snake in the background. Boring. 9-cost Kaido reprint is pretty cool. He did get a reprint as a league tournament promo not too long ago. But if you don't have your Kaidos, you can pick them up now, possibly even cheaper. This alt art's sick. The winner promos, I don't really vibe with the winner promos. They look a bit goofy to me. But this is awesome with the black. This is Haki, right? This is Haki Lightning. And Kaido just going in. I pulled this card. I was lucky enough to pull this from one of my starter decks. And this shit goes hard. This goes hard. And this is a decent card. It's not in Purple Luffy in 09, but in 08.5, people are still playing a couple of these in Purple Luffy. So you can get some use out of it. Queen, this is a great reprint. This has been a ridiculously overpriced card in the past. Recently, it's dropped a lot. I think mostly because people knew this reprint was coming. And this being just a common, this is going to absolutely gut the price of Queen, which is wonderful, don't get me wrong. And what's more, we also get not only the Jolly Roger, we get this extended art. This is nothing crazy, but the SP costs like $1 million. So if you want a nice way to bling out your queens a bit and not break the bank, this is significantly nicer than the standard art or the Jolly Roger. You'll also get some pretty nice texturing on this, I imagine, which is pretty cool. Blast Breath, I don't think we need a reprint of this. No one's playing this. lmao, this is a nice one. He goes for a couple bucks because he's from a starter deck, and he's a fairly staple card in Lucci. There are some lists dropping it now in favour of just playing 4 Tsurus, but lmao is still a good card. He's in and out of Lucci, and this extended art I think is one of my favourites. This looks really clean. This showing you the whole picture of what's going on here, dropping the translucent box and extending the wall here a little bit. I think it just makes this one look really nice. I'm a big fan. Shockwave, nobody's playing this. I don't know why this is in the set. Here we are. True Lay Blocker is fine. This is an optional card in Katakuri. I've seen it in some NL lists as well. I do think this extended art looks quite nice. Adds a lot more of the purple border. Brightens the card up a bit. But it's not too crazy. Nadekabuda Arrow. Nobody's playing this. Let's move on. Here we are, here's Blocker Law. He's from the starter deck that you can't buy anywhere. Starter deck 10 is the one starter deck that you absolutely cannot buy from like any of the Bandai stores, at least in the UK. You might be able to get this in the States, I don't know. But this being reprinted is really good. This is a staple card in purple Luffy. You could play this in the other partially purple Luffys as well. But typically this is just in mono purple Luffy. But this is a good card, scam your opponent out of a couple cards while getting a blocker. And this is about $5 I think at the moment, so not too bad. Also getting this really sick alt art. I do prefer this to the treasure rare that we got in 07? Yeah, 07. He's doing Gamma Knife here, right? I think that's the move he's doing, which is pretty sick. The purple background with the yellow coat is a really nice contrast. Big fan of this one. Probably pick up a couple. Duval, nobody's playing this. Nobody cares. There's an extended version of Duval, I don't know why. Manga Chopper is fine. And then we're back to Otama. So that's the entire set of PRB. Thank you for putting up with me yapping for however long this video is. Quite long, I'm anticipating. I have recorded this over multiple parts. I had to leave to go to work. I've come back. But I think that was a nice overview. If you were wondering what's in PRB, you just want to listen to me yap instead while you're working, while you're doing something else. I think this could be decent audio. You don't want to look on the website yourself. But yeah, we were able to show off some of the nice art. I think the biggest whiff on this set is obviously 5-cost Sabo. Why that card is not in here, I don't understand. I understand the EB stuff would have been nice, but I think it was too late. They probably already finished up production before EB was came out or whatever. But biggest whiff, definitely Sabo. Next biggest whiff is these horrendous extended arts, but only halfway with the massive beige box. Surely they could have gotten a bigger screenshot from the anime. That's all this is. This is just anime screen grabs. Surely they could have made a bigger screen grab for the reprint set. But anyway, broadly speaking, I'm really excited for this set. I'm going to be getting a box for sure. I want to get some of these nice alt arts. My favourite alt arts probably is the Ezo. I think this Ezo is really clean. Nepo's definitely up there as well. This Momo is very nice. But yeah, that was PRB. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, drop me a sub. Next video up after this one. Not sure. You let me know what you want. I've been cooking a bit with Blue Ivankov, so if you'd like to see that, let me know. I could make a video on that. But with nothing left to say, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.